If you are someone who values understanding the intricate dynamics of modern dating and sexual politics, then this podcast episode from The Diary of a CEO featuring Louise Perry is for you. In this eye-opening discussion, we explore the controversial and often overlooked risks associated with casual sexual relationships for women. Get ready to challenge your perspectives and uncover truths that could reshape your views on intimacy and safety. Here are 5 actionable insights from the episode. Understand the emotional impact of casual sex. Casual sex often leads to emotional distress for women due to a higher tendency to form emotional bonds during sexual encounters. Recognize this risk and approach casual relationships with awareness of your emotional well-being. Trust your instincts. Women often have a lower disgust threshold and may feel uncomfortable with certain consensual sexual experiences in hindsight. Trust your instincts and do not ignore your feelings of discomfort or icks, as they can be protective mechanisms. Value long-term compatibility over short-term attraction. Many women might overlook potential long-term partners due to minor details seen in online dating profiles. Focus on compatibility and shared values rather than superficial traits like height or minor lifestyle details. Acknowledge the societal pressures on women. Society often pushes women towards masculine roles, undervaluing traditional feminine roles such as motherhood. Recognizing and resisting societal pressures that do not align with your values and desires is important. Promote honest conversations about sexual relationships. Engage in open and honest discussions about the risks and emotional implications of casual sex. Educating both men and women on these topics can lead to healthier and more respectful sexual relationships. In this episode, Louise Perry, a journalist, author, and podcast host, delves into the complexities and challenges of modern sexual politics. Perry argues that casual sex is almost always more dangerous for women than it is worth. She explains that women tend to get emotionally bonded through sex more than men do, leading to significant emotional distress when the relationship does not progress beyond casual encounters. According to Perry, the current culture often prioritizes male preference for casual sex, harming both men and women. Men may become less motivated to commit, while women may find themselves emotionally invested without reciprocation. The discussion touches on the contraceptive pill's impact since the 1960s. Perry suggests that while the pill has allowed women greater control over their reproductive lives, it has also contributed to a shift in sexual culture. This shift has led to an expectation of sex earlier in relationships, which previously might have been delayed until engagement or marriage. This change has created a power dynamic where women often feel pressured to conform to new norms of casual sex, leading to emotional and physical consequences. Perry also discusses the role of pornography in shaping modern sexual behaviors, particularly among young people. She highlights the normalization of rough sex acts such as choking, often depicted in porn, and how this has led to an increase in such behaviors in real-life encounters. This normalization can result in distress or even danger for women. Statistics show a significant rise in the number of young women experiencing unwanted, rough sex acts, largely attributed to the influence of pornography. Additionally, Perry brings attention to the crisis of sexless men, attributing it to several interconnected social and cultural factors. She points out the growing number of men who are not engaging in sexual relationships, highlighting hypergamy as a key reason. Women tend to prefer men who are socially and economically superior, leaving many men, especially those less successful, struggling to find partners. This issue is exacerbated by dating apps, which amplify these preferences. The availability of pornography further diminishes men's motivation to pursue real-life relationships, reducing their drive to form meaningful connections and pursue long-term commitments. The episode delves into inherent psychological and physical differences between men and women, which Perry believes are crucial to understanding sexual behavior and the associated risks. She argues that a culture that ignores these differences and promotes equal sexual freedom without acknowledging the potential dangers can end up putting young women at risk. Perry calls for a more honest discussion about these realities to better protect and guide young women. Perry touches on the broader social implications of changing sexual norms, including the rising rates of single-parent families and the dissolution of traditional marriage structures. She argues that while there have been benefits to greater sexual freedom, there are also significant downsides, such as reduced stability for children and increased emotional and economic vulnerability for women. Perry emphasizes the need for reform in sexual education and societal norms to better reflect the realities of male and female differences and the consequences of casual sex. She suggests that both men and women would benefit from a culture that promotes commitment and responsibility rather than casual encounters and immediate gratification. Overall, the episode with Louise Perry offers a critical examination of contemporary sexual politics. Perry's insights call for a balanced discussion that respects individual freedoms while also protecting the emotional and physical well-being of young women.